Hi you guys, welcome to your May 2024 Astrological Forecast. Before I begin, I'd like to give a shout out to my subscribers. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos. If you're new to this channel and you like this video, please remember to subscribe, okay? All the interactions that you have with my channel really helps it to grow. Okay, so now for May. Okay, on the 2nd, Pluto turns retrograde. It is in Aquarius, okay, right now. And on the 7th, there's a new moon in Taurus. On the 15th, Mercury moves into Taurus. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Gemini. On the 23rd, there is a full moon in Sagittarius. And also on that day, Venus moves into Gemini. And then on the 25th, Jupiter moves into Gemini. Okay, and I did do a separate video on Jupiter and Gemini, so go listen to that to get more detail, because I'm not going to really cover it in your monthly forecast because I already did it in that video. Okay, and don't forget to check out my weekly forecasts, which have become actually like a daily short. Whenever there is a major aspect, okay, is when I post a daily short. Okay, now for your forecast. Hi, Leo. Okay, so Pluto does go retrograde in Aquarius. Aquarius is your opposite sign, okay? Where you have Aquarius in your chart is your 7th house. It's directly across from your 1st house of Leo. So, you know, 7th house is your like close relationships, business or personal, friend, you know, or romantic. It's also the house of arrangements and agreements, okay? You know, with Pluto here, you know, I mean, it's in low degrees. It hasn't been here that long. And in retrograde, I don't think it's going to be, you know, very noticeable even. You know, there's maybe more so for you, though, than other signs, because it is your opposite sign. But it looks like, you know, it's with its transit going to be here for a while, that you may have like kind of like power struggles, let's say, within one of your close relationships. And it could even be a government agency that like is, you know, like a real pain in the ass, something like that, okay? But with this turning retrograde, it does give you the ability to change your mind or review things or whatever, but it's such a slow-moving planet, it may just seem that things have stalled or not progressed or whatever in this area, you know. So I really don't think it's too much of a big deal, unless you're in the middle of negotiations with someone, because this is the house of arrangements and agreements. Okay, so that could slow down or just be put on hold. Okay, anyway, Mars is in Aries, a fellow fire sign, in your 9th house, where you have the sign of Aries, and Mercury is in Aries up until the 15th. The 9th house is the house of long-distance travel and communications, foreign people, countries, languages, cultures, the house of higher learning and legal matters, also the house of adventure. Okay, social media, it is an internet house, and it's a media and publishing house, okay? Many things. With Mercury and Mars traveling together, usually this brings about the me factor, such as like discussing yourself, talking about yourself, or wanting to speak about yourself, okay? And it's not, I believe, not in a very boastful way. I believe it's just informing, you know, it's informational or whatever, okay? Because at this same time, the Sun is in Taurus in your 10th house, okay? Your 10th house is your most public house. It is how you're known by reputation, both professionally and personally. It's how people view you and speak about you publicly. If you're a public figure, you know, you would be getting an awful lot of attention right now and press. I would have to say it's excellent press, because you have Venus here at the same time. I'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, it's also being like discussed on like social media. If you know, this is also the house of your personal clout, okay? Even if you're retired or you don't work at all, you know, you're still in the spotlight for some reason or other. So it could just be on social media or even within your own neighborhood or something or other. But, you know, like the ninth house being the house of knowledge or higher learning. It's also your spiritual, religious beliefs and your philosophy on life, your outlook, okay? So with planets in your 10th house of your career, the sun here up until the 20th, Venus here up until the 23rd, I believe. And Mercury here from the 15th on, and a new moon here on the 7th, and Jupiter here up until the 25th. Okay, usually Jupiter's placement here does bring about some kind of promotion. You know what I mean? Whether it's in your professional life or your personal status. You know, and with Venus here, if you've listened to my past videos, you know that I say having Venus in your own sign, your first house, or even your 10th house is the time to milk it for everything it's worth, okay? Also having Jupiter here at the same time in a fresh new moon, a new beginning in this area on the 7th, I'd have to say you're either starting a new position if you haven't already, if you were promoted in some way or other within your career, this is even more so. This is even receiving like an award of some kind. This is the house of fame and fortune. You know, that whatever, you are really in the spotlight here. And again, especially around this new moon of the 7th, okay? And with Uranus still being here, you know, a lot of this stuff could be totally out of the blue, unexpected. You know, somebody could even surprise you with all of this, you know. You know, if you're self-employed, you're gaining some kind of new prestigious client or clients, you know, more than you had previously. And again, if you don't work at all or if you're retired, you're still getting an awful lot of attention right now. But again, if this is professional, it could even be personal though too. Having Mars and Mercury in your 9th house, you're like letting people know your background, you know, letting them know about you, and your wealth of knowledge. You know what I mean? I believe it's a nice combination, okay? Because when Mars leaves Aries, it's going to move into your 10th house of Taurus, so it will be like a continuation of what's going on right now with the Sun and Venus and Mercury and Jupiter here, okay? So anyways, the Sun moves into Gemini on the 20th, Venus moves here on the 23rd, and Jupiter moves into Gemini on the 25th, and where you have Gemini in your chart is your 11th house of your friends and acquaintances. It's your most sociable house. It is socializing in person or online on social media. It's where you would normally go to hang out. It's any group or organization that you belong to, and it's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Okay, so I did do a video on Jupiter in Gemini, so you'll have to listen to that for your sign to get more detail on Jupiter in this placement. But for now, I do have to say, having the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter here all at one time, there could be somebody new coming into your circle of friends. Okay, or new in your life anyway. You know, Venus here with Jupiter brings in wonderful, wonderful opportunities to pursue a dream even, okay? So you'll have to keep all that in mind, but you may find that you're just doing a little bit more socializing than you normally do, or you're in the mood to like get out there and see your friends. Maybe you haven't been out for a while, or there could just be a lot of stuff going on at this time. Like in America, we have Memorial Day weekend, an American holiday coming up, and a lot of people plan things around that time. So it could even just be something like that, being invited to a barbecue or whatever. Okay, now there is a full moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd in your 5th house. That's where you have Sagittarius, and the 5th house is the house of fun, and parties and romance, gambling, any form of entertainment, all kinds of stuff. So something could just come out around that time. You know, I don't think it's a very big deal because of all these wonderful planets in Gemini, and there are no planets in Sagittarius right now, just that full moon. And the full moon does exist to bring a problem to the surface so it can be dealt with and done away with. So this could be something as simple as you know, attending a party or some kind of social event and having somebody, you know, complain about it. There's always got to be one in the group, you know, that don't want to do this. I don't want to go there. Why is so-and-so here? This food is horrible. Whatever, you know, something like that. So it could be you finally just saying, shut up. You know, you're always complaining, you're always doing this or something or other. It could even be like just one of your friends saying something, having the nerve to say something about your love life, even your child or children, anything, something creative that you do, you know, that, whatever, you know, they're putting in their 2 cents, and this is your time to just like put your foot down and tell them to shove it. Okay, so anyways, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Leo on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Aquarius, and those dates are the 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, and speculation, or anything to do with children is the 8th, 9th, 10th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The best time for money is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for your career is the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for May. Be sure to check out my weekly forecast, which are now daily shorts. Okay, see ya.